Buonasera. I don't speak a word of Italian. This is the one that my team taught me. I am really honored to be here tonight in an illustrious creative audience in a country that is incredibly creative with incredible entrepreneurship. And I'm sure that what I'm going to talk about today is everybody in this room is already playing with, toying with, and experiencing. My name is Mailine. I lead a unique team in Google in the region of Europe, Middle East, and Africa. And it's a team consisting of marketers, creatives, engineers, product managers, producers, business partners. Some of them are here in the front row, if you can raise your hands. And we work with creative partners, like all of you. I met a lot of you in the corridor already, and big clients, to imagine and build groundbreaking brand and user experiences with Google technologies, both the ones that are already accessible to all users and developers and creatives, and technologies that are in early access. And today I'm going to talk to you about what we're using right now and doing, which is a creative canvas that is unlike anything we've ever experienced ourselves. And we're all ideating and building together this creative canvas that's powered by AI. I'm going to show you two new technologies that we are extremely excited about and that we're using right now and that I hope you will use, which are powered by AI. I'm going to then show generative AI, which is different. You guys probably know it, but I'll repeat it in a definition later on, where I'm going to talk to you about a very cool creative collaborator. Then I'm going to show you some recent generative AI features that arrived in some of, hopefully, very favorite Google products that you might already use, and this is only the beginning. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about how we work together to bring these projects to life, which is simpler than it seems with the right people in the room and the right methodology. Our company has been in the AI business since 2013. 2013, we have a big global research lab called DeepMind that has been working on all Google products and services with AI since, the beginning. You're using Google Maps, you're using Gmail, you're using search. All of this becomes smarter and more assistive every moment of every single day because it's powered by AI. We take AI and the new technologies, generative AI, very seriously. So this is something that's really important to understand. Google has always been a company that builds products that it tests and iterates a lot before they release it. And we also have a responsibility to do this very safely and responsibly for everybody. For the music industry, the creative industry, photographers. Very important. So we take this very seriously. When we talk about AI, we refer to artificial intelligence that can analyze and predict, make sense of, synthesize, compile, and work through massive amounts of data at exactly the same time, simultaneously, more than any human brain can do, faster. And that can then make decisions like a master strategist based on a predefined set of rules. That's very important. Synthesize, analysis, conclusions, predictions, predefined set of rules. And with this artificial intelligence, I wanted to showcase a first product and technology that is available to you, with you, and I'm so excited to imagine what you guys could all do with that. So what if you could build any experience anywhere right now in the real world? Well, this is possible. And it's called the real world browser. So Google has Google Maps. Google has the Google Maps platform, which lays on top of Google Cloud. And Google has Street View, which maps 98% of the world's surfaces in over 1,000 countries. Okay? So think about this new technology, which has a really big name. It's called, sometimes I even forget, AR Core Geospatial API, Open Application Interface. This is like an overlay over the real world, an augmented reality overlay over this entire 98% Street View. So this is Street View. If you go, on Google Maps, you click on the right-hand bottom corner. I used it this morning because I couldn't find my hotel. And you go around and you can sort of really geolocate yourself. This is really cool. Now think about everything in this can be overlaid with what you build anywhere in the world right now. And with AR Core Geospatial API, the cool thing is we used to build AR experiences that didn't anchor. They sort of floated around and they were never really in a location. Now this technology allows us to hyper-localize. So you build something, you localize it, and it's in a radius of maybe less than 3 meters accurate, and it doesn't float because we have a thing called cloud anchors that anchors it to the place. So you can hyper-localize what you build in there, and for instance, let's say we have the restaurant here. This restaurant, it's 9 o'clock, it's closed. I walk past it, I do like that, and I can see their entire menu. So with AR, it's open for me after, 9 p.m. Make the world your shopping center. And in the Google Maps platform is now the Maps Tiles API. So it looks like this. So this is now 2,500 cities. It's pretty cool, right? This whole 3D overlay. This is your canvas. You can start playing with that and put AR experience in there in overlay. 3D synthesized images on Google Street View. Now, creative canvas number 1. Make the world anything you want. And let's make the world your stage. Think about this entire world can become a stage with overlaid experiences, which is what we did when we were approached by Nexus Studios and a band called Godzillas. So Godzillas is a British band, started in the late 90s, which is a band which launches songs, but you never see the band members. They always make artificial experiences, virtual experience, cartoon experiences. Sometimes it's only one person working with musicians, so you never see the real people. And they thought, this is really cool, and they partnered up with the animation studio for the launch of their new music track called Skinny Ape. And we applied with our team's AR Core Geospatial AI, and we created an immersive live performance with this music and these artists and this animation studio in both Times Square in New York and Piccadilly Circus in London. Those are 2 of the biggest physical entertainment hubs in the world, with theaters, everything you can imagine. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. And just imagine that everything you see is through the mobile phone with AR Core Geospatial API. It's New York, in a complete surround strategy, in a performance that takes 45 minutes in New York City, Piccadilly Circus, and now coming to other cities in the world. So this garnered a lot of attention. The Gorillaz concert, powered by Google, debuts the potential of augmented reality. Think again, make the world your stage. Because Gorillaz demos Google's latest AR technology in a virtual concert, and it did win this year at Cannes a gold in the best performance, metaverse, immersive, and virtual live performance category. You can do this, and I'll explain you later why, and you can do this right now because the technology is open access. Creative Canvas number 2, and there are 10, 12, 13, but just imagine you could think about gaming, which is virtual, and you could create the future of gaming by making the real world the gaming playground. So when Taito Corporation, which is a Japanese video game manufacturer, came and said that Space Invaders is now 45 years old, an idea was born in a sprint to reimagine that entire game and bring Space Invaders to the real world. This game is called World Defense now, and you can download World Defense on Google Play and on iOS on the App Store. So I invite you maybe tomorrow or so to at least play with it to see what the technology can do, even if you're not a gamer. So they return to Earth right now, and they will turn this real world into a playground for delighted users. So just imagine we're sitting here, and I'm going to show you what is going to happen. And just imagine it happens right here, right now, because when you download it, it's on the street in front of you. Remember, AR Core, Geospatial API, anchors with experiences geolocated exactly where you want, all over the real world. So there they are. They're floating in the real world. I'm getting an alert that they're here. I go outside to the Teatro space in I think it's Lombardy. I go outside. All of these people in different parts of the world get it. I go, I find them, they're in my space. I defend the world, I kill them all. And then I go on a leaderboard with everybody else in the world playing it at the same time to compare my scores. This was not possible before. So this is called Geospatial Creator. And what we're doing is we're striking partnerships, and it's available, with Adobe Aero and with Unity, so that when you use the third-party creation tools, Geospatial Creator with the entire Google Maps platform, and this technology is integrated. So my team is here. Anybody in the agencies who has something, who wants to try it out, we can always answer all your questions. And just imagine the Fashion Week, and we just can't wait to get going. What if you could create a seamless photorealistic extended reality, XR, AR, for everyone, powered by the cloud? So I don't know about you guys, I've been in this business for a very long time, been in the luxury business, and we can't get the pixels right. And when we want to do an AR experience, it's too heavy, and people wait before this thing arrives, and then your luxury client goes, the rendition is not good enough, we can't do luxury products like this in digital, and you went back and you went, oh, there's no solution. Well, now there is. So we're super happy, the first to adopt it. It's called the Creative Canvas number 3. And it is a product called Immersive Stream for XR. Just imagine it like a giant compute platform for artificial extended reality on the Google Cloud. And just imagine that this is capable of transmitting heavy pixeled AR files in 3D immediately to any location, streamed via mobile, and you have none of the problems of the pixel, of the latitude, of the fact that you can't turn it, that it takes a very long time, and so on. Pretty amazing. Incredible visual quality, 3D and AR with full interactivity. So I'm going to show you this now. about jewelry, think about Bulgari, think about, all the beautiful products you have. Bags, Prada, Fiat, You have so many amazing companies. Retail, kitchens, B&B Italia. Stream to your phone. So what will you create? Very excited to see, and we jumped on that, of course, like we've been waiting for a very long time. And we worked with the creative partner and our client Volkswagen for the launch of the Volkswagen ID.4 to finally be able to have an amazing photorealistic car where you can change the background, you can play around with it, you can turn it, you can project it into your living room wherever you are, you can go inside, you can open the door, look at this. It's not even pixeled like that, it's just a screen. Like when you have it on your phone and when you project it, it's pretty awesome. So it's finally here, and we are, working with it extremely actively every single day. Generative AI. So you're the generative AI generation. We all are. I'm sure that everybody in this room is early adopter. You probably have already played with it, done something with it. Can you believe it? There are companies where people don't even know still what it is. I wouldn't mention them. Some of our clients, some people don't know the definition. I'm sure you're all over it already. But I'm just going to give it one more little time, because it is creative in its potential to collaborate with you, the creative community. Artificial intelligence that can generate novel content rather than simply predicting or analyzing massive amounts of data. It does that, but it uses it to generate new stuff. This allows machines to now produce content that is creative and original, so that did not exist before in what it restitutes to you, making them powerful tools, collaborative tools for creative work. It's a new creative collaborator, so to speak. Think about all the tools we use every day when we create. We create text. It can understand and generate natural language with LLMs, large language models. It can understand, generate an autocomplete code, which for me is like heaven because my Python really sucks. It can understand and generate images. It can understand and generate spoken conversations. Like I've seen a demo, crazy, of a customer service agent in 3D, lifelike. I could almost touch her, having a conversation with you about a particular telecom product in the US from a telecom client of Google, and it's like you're talking to a real person. Probably a real person that never gets tired, that never hangs up the phone, that always answers you, and that's always nice, which doesn't always happen in telecom customer service. So this is a really good application. Understand and generate audio and music. And here we are very careful in Google. We have a research called Music LLM. We're very careful to make sure that when we launch this to wider access, if we do, it is very guardrail to protect rights and to do this extremely responsibly. And video, it can understand and generate video. You guys have probably always, you probably tried all these different tools. Video is not perfect yet, really nowhere. But this is going to happen more rapidly than I think all of us can imagine, where you're going to be playing with amazing video renditions that actually you can use as real mock-ups to produce your work. And we have in Google somebody we work with who is the Senior Director of User Experience of a product that we're launching, that we're building and testing and iterating, which is called Bard. Bard is, in English, a poet. It was somebody in the Middle Ages who used to come and who used to sing and who used to transmit stories and who used to inspire everybody around him or her in parties, in festivals, etc. So it's not for nothing that we chose that name. And the senior director of UX in Bard is a global creative director, has spent 25 years in the creative industry, and his mission is to be inspired by you, by creators, by film directors, by YouTubers, by writers. What do you need to augment your creativity, to your imagination, your productivity, and anything that you might create? So this is Bard. Some of you or most of you might have already tried it. I use it to write, so I have to write a lot of presentations. I didn't use Bard for this one, I promise. I wrote it authentically for you, no Bard, but I do use it for other things, or for captions, or for taglines, and I ask it and ask it and ask it over again, and it gives me all kinds of ideas, and I finally probably choose some of what it tells me, and then with what it tells me, I make the final thing. Very useful. And if we put it in our world, imagine that you're a social influencer and you're in Cannes and you have to post very quickly, and it's very busy, 5 posts on the lion's health, and you haven't seen it. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, ask Bard. I'm a social media influencer in Cannes. Give me 5 ideas for content about lion's health, because Bard knows. So I can post it on my social channel, and examples of captions very quickly, because I have to go to this party that I can export in a table. Okay, says Bard, and there you go. With all your ideas. And the table. And this coding thing, so it does 20+ programming languages, and you can finally ask it to write a JavaScript that helps you automatically generate and embed video captions in your website. You might not have to learn this all over again, and you might have a coding companion right now. Maybe for some people that's really amazing. It can show images from Google search. Now, this is really cool because we've used it lately for a photo shoot for marketing. Here, we're putting it in situ. We're saying, you're in Cannes, you're doing a photo shoot. So, Bard, give me, in a radius of 50 miles of Cannes, locations of provincial towns with winding roads. Google Maps and the Maps platform is integrated in Bard. Okay, says Bard, here you can go to Grasse, you can go to Mougins. Can you show me where it is on the map? Tjoef! Bard is integrated in Google Maps. Here they are. Now I can prompt it, can you tell me how to drive there? How long is it to drive there? What is the closest city? What do I need to bring? What do I need to pack? I actually don't like all these ones. Give me ones without winding road, and give me ones now at 100 miles, so go further in France. Boom, 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 boom. Takes me 20 minutes. I've done my photo shoot. Soon, Adobe and Firefly and Bard can generate images. So here's an image of a lion that I prompted drinking rosé at the Croisette in Cannes. We've just been there in the sunset. And Firefly and Adobe doesn't have rights problems. So it's right-free
It's hard to make an idea come to life.
And
when
now,
the information you need
last
is
week,
in
we
different
launched
places.
this.
But now, you can collaborate with the world's information and your own, all in one place with Bard. With extensions, Bard can now connect to Google's apps.
So
And
when
even
we
gives you
test
the
it and
option to pull in
iterate,
your
the
own
next
information.
iteration is all our
To make it all
Google
come together.
platforms apps go into Bard.
Like when you're making a plan.
This is really cool. Email summarize if you work on Gmail.
Or when you're prepping for the big day. Or when
And
you
it
wanna make
integrates
sense of
YouTube
something.
videos. visual search, any image.
Bard can even help you make memories.
So this is going through your entire email archive to find the answer to this precise question, integrating Google Flights to make travel itineraries, then integrate Google Maps where you want to go, hiking trips, the sky's the limit.
Pull in the info you need just when you need it, so you can keep your ideas moving forward with Bard as your helpful collaborator. Try for yourself at bard.google.com.
So this was just launched last week, and in Q4 there's going to be another major launch because Bard is going to become multimodal, which means that it can not only work with text, it can speak, it can do many different things with all kinds of different inputs from both your physical and your virtual environment. Now, you know that they hallucinate, but in Google we know this very well, so we say this everywhere and all the time. And we have a nice new feature that we've just added, which a lot of people are starting to use right now. So if you think this looks fishy, you just Google it. And Google, as your authoritative search engine, might say, oof, not really, or yes, you're right. And our colleague, our senior director of UX of Bard, is telling me, actually, while I'm working on this and building this, did I ever have a creative partner that can access the freshest internet content on the whole internet, that speaks 40 languages fluently, that can write, create, art, and code in 20 programming languages, and that has access to all these tools? I don't think I've had any creative partner that had ever been able to do that. So if you're working in a creative team and you have this with you, even in your sprints, imagine what you can come up with. Creative Canvas, number 4. Now, what if we gave you the technology, this large language model, so you could create something like this for a client? Yeah? So just imagine that, but imagine a generative AI bot within a walled garden, trained with the model on a client, the brand identity, the products, the consumers, the moods, the style, the language, everything. You can train that. And then think about what that can look like. This is called Palm API, which enables you to get access to Google's large language models, generate state-of-the-art embeddings, tune models to your own data, augment your data set with synthetic data. This is all walled garden, safe and responsible. It can also be built in the Google Cloud with Vertex AI. And you can scale this, of course, with the best of Google and with Google's all platforms if you build a beautiful client rendition. If you have brand X, this could be a beauty brand, wellness brand. You could imagine this coming up, The Beauty of You by brand X. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm here to provide customized tips and ideas to optimize your health and beauty. Choose strengths comes from within. Beauty tips, eating healthy, getting fit, style advice. And this is a walled garden trained on everything your client has, including the way it talks, the style of the language, the what they will say, how they will say. And if I love the brand, I can just have this with me and I can interact and talk with it. And every time I do, it gets smarter about my habits and what I need and want and would request. So these are the kind of things you can do. If you don't have Google Cloud, you can start with Palm API. And if you do, there's an enterprise application in Google Cloud called Vertex AI, which does more or less the same thing. So developers together with creatives on this, the sky is basically the limit. So what if generative AI now comes to other Google products so you can create ever more magical stuff? It's going and going and going. I can come again next month with more stuff. It's going extremely fast. Creative Canvas number 6, it's coming to Google Photos, and the newest one is Magic Editor, where you can take objects and place them, change backgrounds, and enhance and take away things that are disturbing to make a really beautiful image. And last week, we announced generative AI coming to YouTube Create short form. Shorts, maybe you guys are creating with it already. And there are two amazingly cool things. Now with generative AI, you can imagine any background with a prompt. Like here, I just prompted panda drinking coffee, and then I can re-prompt, and I can get it in every single rendition extremely fast. But I also can take a picture of you, and I can say, I want you as a background in the Dolomites. And boom, it goes in the Dolomites. Now change it to the Mont Blanc. Ooh, it goes in the Mont Blanc. Now go into space. Ooh, it goes into space. So anything you can basically imagine creating, you can create very quickly. And on the right, and this is also a good one, and this is coming to YouTube Create in 2024, probably in the first 3 or 4 months. It's called Assistive Search for Creator Music. So you can type in a prompt and say, I'm looking for a rap song for this particular recipe video that I'm making. I want it to be really fast. I don't want it to be by a rapper that's famous because my budget is only X. And I want it to be uplifting and not dark. So can you give me a couple of examples? And boom, it will give a whole host of music. It will give the licensing right cost. And if you type in your budget, it will automatically weed out the ones that are too expensive. And this is in the drop of a hat. So all this stuff is going to come. It's made by creators for creators to enable you to create faster, better, with the budgets you have, and we hope that's going to enable much more beautiful content to be accessible to create by many people. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to end with how. So how would you build these experiences? You build these experiences by collaborative teams where you put media specialists, creative marketers, engineers, and product directors in a room. You work with sprint methodologies. You use generative AI tools in the sprint methodologies to collaboratively have media-inspired technology. Technology features inspire media, inspire creativity, and do a whole loop like that. It's easier than you think. Our largest sprint that we run ourselves is 3 days, and our smallest sprint is 4 hours. We hope to see you in one of our sprints. Thank you very much for your attention. I was very happy to be here.